Tracy Myers, NHL.com. Just how nice is it to be home, and how much do you guys need to feed off of the energy when you get in there tomorrow?
Yeah, we've got to do what they did. We got to hold serve here at home, and it is an advantage, and the home crowd gives you an advantage and energy this time of year, and we got to use that. I'm excited about coming home and playing in front of our fans, and hopefully scratching our way back in the series. Hey, Saad.
Hey, Pete. Saudis with The Athletic. You guys haven't been down 2-0, but you guys have been down 2-1, and it's a one-game difference. What's the messaging kind of there, where if you take care of this game, you're kind of right back where you were in the last two series?
Yeah, I mean, it's not unfamiliar territory for us. We faced a lot of things, including, straight-out elimination in the playoffs. So I don't think we're overwhelmed by the situation. I think there's some real good building blocks in the last game that we've got to take and continue to put in place. And, you just got to grind out one win, and then, the series looks different.
Second row left, Greg. Greg Wyshynski, ESPN. Pete, how are you? That game definitely felt like if it gets to 3-1, maybe everybody's exhaling a little bit more. What was it about that game to be unable to increase the lead?
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, they have a part in that. They're a very good team, very good defensive team. Probably, absolutely the deepest D-core in the league, 1 to 6. And I thought Aiden Hill made a couple saves at key moments for them, to keep it at 2-1 and then 2-2, in overtime. So I think all those things go into it. I mean, we're trying to extend the lead. We're not sitting back. I thought we were defending well. We've been in that position a bunch of times. We've done a good job of closing it out. They got to give them credit. They made a play. They got a couple big saves at the right time. That's those little things are the important pieces between winning and losing this time of year.
Back to the front left side.
Pete, you've talked a lot about leadership this year. Just when you talk about moments where leadership is necessary, is this kind of where you also, along with yourself, but rely on guys like Joe and Jamie and those guys?
Yeah, and again, we got leadership in spades. I think you saw it in our game 2, our reaction to game 1. I mean, game 2 was, much better, and that's our leadership grabbing it and going, okay, let's get this to the level it needs to be at. So, we've been a response team all year, and it's the first time in the playoffs I think we've lost 2 in a row. So, I'm excited about our response.
Pete,
how are you?
Patrick from RDS.
Yep.
So, just following up on the leadership, we know you were unlucky in the overtime games and you didn't get rewarded for your chances. Is there something that needs to be done regarding the leadership that, calm the group down in those situations, or has it already been done maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think overtime is a leadership thing. I think the overtime's an interesting one. We've been a really good first and third period team all year. We haven't been a good second period team. It's a long change in overtime, and we haven't been a good overtime team. So is there something there to that? I think there is. That's probably a deeper dive in the off season than a quick fix between games. 2 and 3 here, but. The bottom line is you got to find a way, and it's not like, we didn't get an opportunity. I would argue our opportunity was better than their opportunity in overtime last night. So, you just got to stick it in the net too. But, big picture, I think we've lost a lot of games in overtime this year. The regular season's different, but I think when I look at the postseason and the long change in the second period, that might be something we might have to dive deeper into, later on.
Front row on the right.
Pete, Kevin Sherrington, Dallas
Kevin.
Morning News. Hey. So you've been a response team, especially in these playoffs, and that has been in times when y'all have not played as well and then responded well. This game you did play well overall, so how does that change the dynamic of that?
Yeah.
And you just look at it as that, well, it was a fluke play there that got to the tie there in the third?
Well, I think it's a great question. You're right. For the first time in the playoffs, we're not asking for a response to a poor effort or a below average effort. We're asking to a response to losing a game. But the response is to the fact you're down 2-0 and you can't afford to go down 3-0. So that desperation has to kick in. So it is a different response we're looking for, but at the same time, we have that in us, and I think that desperation will be there.
I guess, hello, Pete. I guess one of the positives to come out of the games in Vegas is that Jason, scores 2 consecutive games. Is that just puck luck? Is there anything material that you saw different in his game in those games?
No, he was just due. I mean, he had looks exactly like those looks. I can't tell you how many times in the series before against Seattle. There was a stretch there, probably the first half of his slump, where he was getting away from some of the things that allow him to score. I thought he got back to it as the Seattle series went on. He just had some bad luck around the net, and now he's kind of back. And he's a streaky scorer. I mean, he could score every night here for the rest of the playoffs. He's that type of player.